Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So looks like today is the day, guys. I can see all your comments in the comment section of yesterday's video. Ledger, please. Today I'm going to be picking the two lucky winners of the two Ledger Nanos that I'm going to be giving away. So thanks so much to everybody who participated there. I guess we're going to see who's going to win later on in the video. Greg Crypto here posting this. Okay, guys, market hasn't been doing too much when you look at the XRP or BTC to USDT charts. However, XRP to BTC RSI update, okay, things look a little different when you look at the XRP to BTC charts. And so Greg Crypto here posting the RSI update. The current RSI configuration is exceptionally favorable. If you're not feeling optimistic about the XRP to BTC pair after viewing this, you might be missing out on a substantial opportunity. So guys, another chart that we tend to ignore during this time in the cycle, all we think is, or rather all some people think, if you've been studying the charts and looking at price from all different angles, you probably are paying attention to this, but some people are not. Look at where XRP has gone compared to BTC in the past before a blow off top. So this is the XRP to BTC chart right now, and in the past, I did identify this region in here back in January of 2021. That was the first time we saw XRP really kind of explode compared to Bitcoin. So the dominance went right down, and then the second time was near mid-March, okay? So that's when we saw XRP to BTC dominance finally hit rock bottom before coming back up and making some new highs. So we got to look in the near term at these two movements here. At this point, we did see the XRP price go up. And then I'm going to throw a horizontal line right in there, showing you guys the bottom there before XRP did move up a second time in and around here. So somewhere in this zone here, guys. And take a look at that. XRP is dipping down quite steadily into this zone. The XRP price compared to the US dollar is, well, nothing to really write home about. Right now, XRP is trading in and around 58.8. Here, let me put a price label on there and around 58.8. So nothing really to report here, although the trend is still maintaining its structure. And Bitcoin, guys, let's bring up Bitcoin here real quickly. This is the pre-halving price confusion for Bitcoin. I say price confusion because it looks like Bitcoin's confused. Doesn't know what to do really, or at least that's how it appears as of now. So we did see Bitcoin come back down here at the beginning of the month. It did kind of bounce back up, back to the $69,000 level. Retraced back here, but guys, we're still making these higher lows here. Came back up, and now we're just kind of meandering in and around $67,700 per coin. Altcoins have been decimated. Greed is still in the 70s here, so I'm feeling like the market doesn't really know what to expect at this moment in time. Market cap is at $2.53 trillion. 24-hour volume's down a little bit, 19.07%. Bitcoin dominance creeping up. So Bitcoin's creeping up, but the altcoins are not having a good time. So 52.6%. And you can see here, Bitcoin up 2.56. Ethereum's also up 3.49. The rest of the altcoins, a bit of a mixed bag. There's some that have been doing okay. Dogecoin is up 8.14. Toncoin's up 6.27. We've got Avalanche, AVAX up 6.12. And so some of them, I guess I shouldn't say, the altcoins aren't doing too well. Some of them, most of them actually, here are in the green at this point in time. The last couple of days, though, we have seen nothing but a bloodbath, and we're waiting for Bitcoin to really kind of make this final decision so that we can finally see altcoins move to the upside. So that is what we are waiting for, at least in the short term. Here's an unpopular opinion by Nick, Crypto Crusader here. The Bitcoin halving is a big nothing event that's already priced in that everyone blows out of proportion. Moon Lambo here agreeing the halving also doesn't change the supply dynamics of Bitcoin, very much because most of the Bitcoin that will be bought and sold is already in circulation, which is obvious, but people are either clueless or choose to act like that's not the case. I would have to disagree. I gotta say, I'd have to disagree. I'm brainstorming all kinds of ways of how I'm gonna predict this high for Bitcoin and where my price targets are going to be for altcoins, for my Bitcoin. You guys can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel if you aren't already. Thanks to all my Patreon subscribers, by the way. I've been having a lot of fun with the Patreon. More updates are going to come. We want to nail this thing. We want to get as close to all-time high as possible. I made too many mistakes in the last cycle, and if you guys are feeling the same, if you're feeling like you didn't cash out enough profit, let's change things this time around. Patreon.com/workingmoneychannel to see my revised plan. Guys, let's make big money together. The Bitcoin halving, I think, is, doesn't play, it's a double-edged sword, really. It doesn't play a big role, but yes, it does in some ways. So guys, we are 12 days away, 12 days, 18 hours, 48 minutes roughly away from the Bitcoin halving, which is set to be on April the 19th, 2024, 7:25 UTC. And there are some factors that do relate to the Bitcoin halving that we definitely should be paying attention to. Mags here brought up a new one, Bitcoin strategy. So his Bitcoin trading strategy, buy Bitcoin 500 days approximately before the halving, hold and do nothing, sell 500 days after the halving, and repeat. Check out this chart. Okay, this is new information. Check this out. The last 3 cycles or so, currently we're in this cycle. So what he's saying is the halving occurs at these particular points in time. 500 days before is essentially the bottom of the market, and 500 days after is essentially the top of the market. So the price baked in, I don't know. Let's bring up the Bitcoin chart. I'm going to bring up my Bitcoin halving chart here to show you guys what Mags is noticing here. So I do have the halvings here plotted already on this chart. And so if we go 500 days pre-halving, I won't go all the way back to 2012. Let's go back to 2016. And we go 500 days roughly. It would bring us in and around, wow, nice. In and around here roughly. So very, very close. I guess it's 546 days before, but very, very close. In there, 500 days after the halving, boom, boom. Okay, wow, very, very close. I mean, again, it's not a perfect math, but that brings us to November 25th, 2017. It was only about 26 days later till we saw the high there. Okay, that was 2016. What about in May of 2020? 500 days would bring us in and around here. Yeah, pretty close. I gotta say, pretty close. Okay, and let's bring up 500 days after the halving here. 500 days after would bring us pretty close to the high, guys, like within about a month or two, okay? All right, let's try 2024. I mean, this is just fun. Originally, I thought the halving was on April the 25th, 2024, but actually that is shifted a little bit here. So April 20th, 19th, 20th, I think it's the 19th UTC, so I'll leave it on the 20th there. 500 days roughly would bring us to, yeah, look at that. Look at that. 500 days brings us right in there. And so guys, what are we to expect? Where are we going to see the top of the bull run? Well, I don't have, there's 500 bars there. Here, let me throw that on the weekly. And we can get a better estimate there of when that will be. Boom, September 2025. Other analysts are suggesting September, October 2025. So somewhere in there, guys. I think that could be when we're going to see the new high. But if you want to follow all the details, you can follow me, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I'm going to be giving my patrons detailed updates as we move closer and closer to Bitcoin's new all-time high, and as altcoins do pump as well. I'm going to be cashing out profits along the way. So wanted to thank Mags here and Nick, Crypto Crusader, and of course Ed Greg Crypto here just for posting all that. Guys, crypto assets are going to be the 12th sector of the S&P. Don't take it from me, take it from Kevin O'Leary.
Potential of cryptocurrencies and digital payment systems remains. It remains, and I believe that over the next 5 years that will become the 12th sector of the S&P. Digitization of financial services will be a new sector. Cryptocurrencies will be a new sector. And they'll be embraced just like any other sector. Remember, the last new sector, the S&P, the 11th, was real estate. It took a long time to bring that in, but it's a major asset class. Now we're going to go to crypto.
And so here we are. I mean, we've been hearing this for a while now, but why isn't the price of XRP going up? Chad Steingraber here bringing this to our attention. There's one simple explanation as to why the price of XRP is not going up. Well, one simple explanation, I mean, I guess this is the most obvious literal explanation. New money net inflows are just not coming into XRP at this moment in time. The money has to come from somewhere, and the net is the plus total of all transactions. If XRP had a $100 million daily net inflow, the market cap would go up to $1 billion each day. And guys, that would mean exorbitant XRP prices. So here we're seeing XRP inflows at 2.5 million. Cardano's at 0.3, just as a comparison here. Bitcoin is at 1,727.6 million. Okay, so over a billion, 1.7 billion. So guys, it's pretty clear as to why we're not seeing, the price of XRP ramping up at this moment in time, but all the fundamentals working together, and we still have quite some time in this bull run to see higher prices as the days and months go on. So I really wouldn't worry too much about this. Part of the waiting game, unfortunately, I know sometimes it gets a little boring when we see markets trading sideways. So we have to look towards other positive avenues, I think, to get us excited. I mean, Valente Technologies, which is a Ripple-enabled company, they just posted this. Okay, missing the deadline for ISO 20022 adoption for FedWire is not an option. Speak with a payments expert to learn more. So they're encouraging their clients, I guess, or their colleagues to accelerate their payment structure with ISO 20022. We know the deadline, I believe, for everybody on planet Earth, for all those institutions to be onboarded by 2025. I think it's November 2025. But Valente, coming out here and saying, guys, this is the key to instant payments. Valente Technologies, a known Ripple partner. However, there are two camps in the XRP community. Moonchaser here saying, this is misinformation. FedNow does not use XRP or the XRP ledger. FedNow is a real-time gross settlement system operated by the Federal Reserve to facilitate instant payments between banks and their customers in the United States. It currently doesn't use any digital asset to settle, and so recently we did get news that Uphold was settling FedNow transactions through XRP. Uphold is that middleman, that bridge. So I guess there could be a technicality there. Moon Lambo saying, I'm glad you're spreading the truth here. My latest video covered this thoroughly. Some people are eager to believe this, so they repost it rather than researching to see if such a substantial claim is even true. And Mulala here saying, I agree, FedNow does not use XRP. It is Uphold that uses the instant payment. So is that the caveat there? Is there a bit of a misconception here in the XRP community? Well, Smoke here posting this, too big for small minds to conceptualize, but here we go. Valente is confirmed. Okay, they have confirmed that settling with XRP is available through Ripple Link, and Valente is a service provider for FedNow. Now, whether that means FedNow is running on XRP or not, whether it is through Valente or whether it is through Uphold, the technicalities there, who's actually holding the XRP? Maybe the transactions are going through these other service providers and not through Fedwire. Well, here's what Valente says here. Valente Technologies, one of the most respected global providers of payment solutions, is settling transfers using XRP through a link with Ripple, the Jersey-based firm has confirmed. And so down here too, First American Trust SFB, which just selected Valente Technologies US Fedwire as a service in the cloud. Valente responded that customers can make use of XRP on its platform since it is connected to Ripple. So there you have it. It is published here. They did confirm this. The largest source of present-day volume traces its roots back to the creation of the Fedwire at the turn of the 20th century. Just over $1 quadrillion is going through Fedwire, and Fedwire will now join RTP in enabling businesses to send funds. Not to mention, Valente here also posting Valente's platform can be used to settle through XRP via our Ripple connection. We can't wait to get more banks on board. So Valente Technologies, very, very bullish, very excited to be using XRP. That still isn't confirming the use of actual XRP through Fedwire specifically. Could it be a loophole through Uphold or through Valente or what have you? I don't know, guys. But what I do know is that there is stiff competition. Domestic payments are one thing, but global payments, that's where huge dollar value inflows and outflows are going. Marco Fernandez, a researcher at the Tri-Continental Institute of Public Research, he noted something about the BRICS countries. This coming from Michael Branch. This analyst is calling BRICS a superpower. The BRICS alliance is looking to uproot the US dollar's hegemony and replace it with local currencies. The bloc wants to stop using the US dollar to settle cross-border transactions and is aiming to push local currencies ahead. So note that BRICS wants to become a superpower and challenging the US and other Western allies in this global financial sphere. You can read here to know more about how these sectors are going to be affected. Michael Branch here giving us a few statistics. Research did note that BRICS does constitute 45% of the world's oil reserves and 56% of gas reserves. He wrote that BRICS is a superpower in the energy sector and the United States. So guys, this is the way this is going. I don't think we have to go much farther to see it. Fernandez explained that BRICS member Russia alone accounts for half of the world's production of enriched uranium. In addition, Russia and China account for about 70% of the global uranium production. Therefore, the BRICS bloc is well equipped in the energy sector and is a superpower, he said. So the BRICS nations slowly becoming more important, a very important bloc for finance when we compare it to the Western world, which was traditionally that leading global superpower in terms of resources and in terms of trade. Now, something else important to note here, and I don't know if Zimbabwe is actually one of the BRICS countries, but guys, Zimbabwe has now launched a gold-backed currency. So I don't know how many of you guys know about Zimbabwe and their monetary policy over the last several years, but they, here, let's see if I can find it on Google. If you just look up Zimbabwe currency here, and you can see 100 here. Here we go. Here's an image of one $100 trillion note. It's because it's been so inflated over the last, I think over the last 25 years roughly, that people literally had to bring wheelbarrows of money to the grocery store to buy groceries. It was so ridiculous at a point that, I guess the government finally decided, okay, we need to do something about this. And now finally they have introduced a new gold-backed currency called the ZiG. The name stands for Zimbabwe Gold. So this is the latest attempt to stabilize an economy that has lurched from crisis to crisis for the past 25 years. Unveiling the new notes, Central Bank Governor John Mushayala Vanu said the ZiG would be structured and set as a market-determined exchange rate. The ZiG replaces now the Zimbabwe dollar, the RTGS, that has lost 3/4 of its value so far this year. So why I bring this up, guys, it is important to note we are in the middle of a great reset. The value of our currencies are being devalued too. Okay, the US dollar is being devalued, the Canadian dollar is being devalued, the Great British pound devalued. Everywhere around the world we're seeing inflation. You know, the prices of groceries, rent, utility bills, everything is going up, which really means the value of our currency is going down. Think of how much money they printed over the pandemic. Think of all the Western countries, the euro, all these countries printing money to help support the people. And now we're in this huge dilemma. Well, Zimbabwe has taken it upon themselves to create a new currency. Luckily for Zimbabweans, it is going to be backed by gold. What our governments want to do, well, probably usher in a central bank digital currency, which is definitely not going to be as enticing as this Zimbabwe gold-backed currency. So who knows, one day, maybe the Zimbabwe currency will be worth more than the US dollar. Who knows? One day, I guess it's still too early to tell. But, in this case, they've suffered with this for 25 years, and this is now the solution and probably for the best. Now, what does this mean for people who are holding these dollars in their account? Well, the value of their currency is going to go down a lot more. So you think about it, you might have 100,000 Zimbabwe dollars in your account. The government comes in and they bring in the Zimbabwe ZiG currency that's backed by gold. And now that $100,000, they convert it digitally. Now that is worth, let's say, $1,000. So it's 100 to 1. I'm just throwing out an example there. I haven't actually done math on it. But that gives you guys a sense of how much our currency could be devalued. This is why I stress to diversify into precious metals. This is why I do talk about gold sometimes on this channel and silver, but also, guys, cryptocurrency. If you have cryptocurrencies, especially that have real world utility for the long term, not necessarily for the spec market, but for the long term, those are going to be the cryptos that really do shine down the road. I think Michael Sonnenschein is also realizing this, guys. I happen to see this from Subjective Views on Twitter. Here is Grayscale's investment CEO, Michael Sonnenschein, at the Wharton School in 2018. Now remember, this was before the Ripple lawsuit, and this is what he said about big companies in the crypto sphere like Ripple. Listen to this.
So Union Square Ventures has a really famous theory around sort of the FAT protocol theory, which is that unlike sort of traditional web companies where TCP/IP, SMTP accrued no value, it was the companies like Facebook, Google that were built upon it that created a lot of value. What is your view of that in the crypto world? Do you think that is it the Bitcoin protocol, the Ethereum protocol that's going to accrue all the value, or is it sort of the Coinbases and the other applications that are getting built upon it?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I think there's zero doubt that there will be some very profitable, very high-profile companies that will come out of this industry that will be very important for years and years to come, whether that's Coinbase and Ripple and kind of those two which have achieved that unicorn status or others. I think a lot of them will be acquisition targets for a lot of the incumbents. So like, will a State Street or a Bank of New York, who are arguably some of the largest custodians in the world, look to purchase companies like Zappo or BitGo or Ledger? Yeah, they're going to have to, because they're never going to have the manpower or the bandwidth to build these solutions. They're going to need to buy them because it's going to take them too long to do it.
And Ripple, guys, one of those unicorns in the space as early as 2018. This coming from the Grayscale investment CEO, Michael Sonnenschein. Now, something else that I happen to notice, courtesy of Good Morning Crypto here, Justin, Grayscale has now shaken things up. They have just removed Cardano's ADA from their digital large cap ETF fund. And guys, guess what they increased? They increased the proportion of XRP that they are now holding. So 1.05996973. And it was less before. Chad Steingraber here saying, and Grayscale dumps Cardano from its other DeFi ETF fund, which means Grayscale has completely eliminated Cardano from its portfolio. Remember that Grayscale did this to XRP when the SEC lawsuit was announced against Ripple. Is there an SEC lawsuit now coming against Cardano? And just a theory here to the guys at Grayscale. know what's happening behind closed doors. That now they're deciding to delist ADA and increase XRP based on the clarity that XRP does have. So 1.0599. If you guys remember, I did a video on this a couple of months ago. I will link the video up here if you're interested. At that time, XRP was at 1.04117. So increase their value for XRP. Does Michael Sonnenschein know something we don't know? I don't know, guys. Time will tell. But that's just my opinion. I think it's time to do the giveaway. So here we go. First one up for grabs, the Ledger Nano S. Okay, who's gonna win the Ledger Nano S? Hey, it's just loading here. Okay, and let's pick a winner. Boom, the Ledger Nano S goes to Damian Woodward on X at Damwood1020. Congratulations, Damian, you have just won a Ledger Nano S. Okay, and now who is going to win the Ledger Nano X, guys? The Ledger Nano X goes to... The Ledger Nano X goes to Ballistics. Ledger, please, at Strokey Bill. I'm assuming that's on the X platform, so I'll find you guys there. I'll add you guys on the X platform, so expect a DM from me. Congratulations to both the winners. Until next time, guys, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.
Now bank the unbanked. Yeah, everybody buys some prize with my money. Everybody